Welcome back to the channel. My name is Patrick, and today I'm going to give you a recap of the trades I took this morning in the London session. I think in total I took about 4 trades. I hit my daily target, which is normally $400. I exceeded it a little bit actually. I think I made $700 today, and I've decided to call it a day and walk away from trading for today. So for those who don't know, I've been trading the 5%ers 80k account. I am on level 2 now, so I have the full 80k account, and I'm doing quite well. I'm let's say halfway through to achieving the 10% profit target. Yeah. So back to the trade recap quickly here. So normally traded London session, which would have opened around here, around this candlestick here, yeah. But I'm always having a look before the London session opens to see what's happening before. So this was the price action before. It was just consolidating here, creating some equal lows, and in the Asian session we had the Asian session high here, and it created a bit of a downtrend here. So lower lows, sorry, higher low, high there, lower high there, so creating a bit of a downtrend, so giving the impression that price was going down. So that's the state of the market. But if you do zoom out, which I recommend you always do, or even go to a higher time frame, which is what I tend to do on H1, you see actually we are in a uptrend, we're not in a downtrend. So this is our lows, and it's just been trending up. So pulled up, flag, pulled up, gave a mini flag, and potentially it could continue down to this point here, hitting this last supply, last demand zone, get bought up to push up again, or it could just continue up and try to run these highs here. Yeah. So these are my key areas. This is what I was waiting to see when the London session opened. So go back to M5. So price was just dancing around here. I noticed there was a little bit of a supply zone here, so I thought a quick trade here would make sense for the London session. So here's our supply here. So as price was dancing around here before the London session opened, it created these equal lows, and anytime you find equal lows or equal highs, usually people naturally will place their stop loss at the swing low here, right? So stop losses are all placed underneath here, so that is an easy target for the London session. So I didn't really want to be a buyer in these highs, so I was looking for selling opportunities, especially because we were in supply and on a higher time frame. So when price shot up here, I got in for a scalp here based on this small supply here, got in for a scalp here, and it pushed up. And if I left my stop loss here, I would have got stopped out, but my stop loss was up here at the Asian high swing, at the swing high of the Asian session. So I left my stop loss there, it pushed up and then pushed down and got me my first move. So that was my first move there. Normally I scalp about 5 or 10 pips. This move produced about 30 pips. It was a 30 pip move, and I think I was scaling out as it was going down and closed off all my position before, well, as it tapped these lows here. Typically when price takes out lows, that's when it gets bought up again. And remember, as we zoomed out, you saw there was a little demand zone just around here as well. A demand was created around here, yeah, at this point here, which pushed this up initially, and it came down, hit the demand again, and I was conscious it may push up again, so I wanted to get out of that position as soon as possible, even though my ultimate target would have been down here. That's why I scalp. I just get the move. I came for 5-10 pips. That's what I could be sure that the market's going to give me. Got the move and got out. So that was my first trade of the day, or probably second trade of the day, but that was my first trade of the London session. My second trade, so based on what was happening, the price action, it had just hit demand at this low and it pushed up progressively. So it then created, let's just get rid of this quickly. It then created another equal high here. So equal high, including this one. That's one, two, three, four, about four equal highs. Now, some people may look at this as a strong resistance zone. I look at this as liquidity. This is where smart money or institutions are going to be pushing the price towards to take everyone's stop loss out. Like I said earlier, my stop loss would have been up here. If I place it here, I would have got stopped out already. And knowing that, I didn't really want to be a seller in this zone. So what happened? Price pushed up aggressively here, creating a demand here, a new demand, fresh demand. So when price then retraced down to this demand that was just created, that's when I was considering buying the move. But again, we are in a supply zone on a higher time frame, so I didn't want to jump in straight away. So I decided to wait to see what the market was going to do. So once it hit this demand and started pushing up and took out this high that it had created, I believe that the price was going to push up. It's not something I would normally do, buy at these highs, but based on what I was seeing, that we were in a uptrend and these equal highs had just been run, but not all of them had been run. This one was still there. I decided to get in here. And again, typically the London sessions tries to run the Asian sessions highs and lows because again, there's money sitting there. So I got in first buy here, and I was aiming for these tops here. And also, if you zoom out again, if you remember, there was some equal highs. Let's just zoom back in. There was these equal highs just to the left here that had not been run completely. So I got in here and I was trying to take price up to these equal highs. And as you can see, it just ran it. So that was my second move. And as soon as it ran it, I got out of the position because again, once the equal highs are ran, the money's been snatched, price then goes in the direction it wants to. So I was conscious, again, I was in supply zone. The equal highs had just been ran, so I took my partials and eventually closed my whole position when it retraced back down here. So that was the two. I was actually ready to call it a day. Then I saw this price action here that again, I saw price had now taken out those highs, taken out these highs and started moving down aggressively. So it looks like now that it's gonna eventually head down to either that new demand zone again that it just created, and it's going to test that to see if it holds, or it's going to go down to this demand zone here that's not been touched at all. So even though I should be done for trading for today, if later in the New York session price heads down here, I may take another scalp. Okay, I haven't drawn that out correctly. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. So that's our unused demand zone here. So price should now push all the way down to here if it doesn't respect this one. So that's what I saw, and as price was now aggressively being sold after taking those highs, I decided I'm in the supply zone, I might as well get in for a sell. So I got in for another sell here, and I can't remember how much I took it for, maybe a quick 10 pips or even less, and that concluded my day, wrapped it up to $700. As you can see, price is still pushing down. I'm no longer interested because it's consolidating a little bit, so I'm not really interested in being there. So as you can see, first here, that was my first trade here, scaled it out as it headed down to the demand zone there. Then as it entered this demand, it started pushing up aggressively, so I got in to take it up higher. It ran the Asian session highs, and I was waiting for it to run the next highs, but I decided, I had taken my 10 pips, so I was happy with that move there. And then this move here, I saw this late, to be honest, So I didn't hold it for long at all, but that was my 5 pips there. So I bagged about, I think, shy of $200 with the lot size I was using. So that concludes my day really. So I'm going to show you quickly, if I can. Account balance is now sitting at $85,950, basically meaning I've got $2,050 left to do. I'm aiming for about 400 a day, so really I should get this done by the following week, if everything goes according to plan. Show you the trade history. So that's how it's been so far for me. I've been consistently winning, and because supply and demand is like a 80%, has like a 80% or even 90% win rate. And when you then scout smaller moves, 5 or 10 pips, you're more likely to win more often. So when you add it up with a good lot size or good volume here, I'm making 100, 200, $300 moves. Took a loss yesterday, and as you can see, I've, big moves, well, small moves, a lot of money there. So that is my strategy. That's what works for me, and that's how I'm progressing. So hopefully this has been useful for you. You've seen the power of supply and demand. You've seen the benefits of scalping. A lot of people aim for 100 pip moves. I'm not interested in that at all. I'm happy with my 5, 10 pip moves, and doing it this way allows me to take multiple trades, as many as I see fit. I try to limit it to 3 to 5 a day. Once I make the money I plan to make on that day, I call it a day. So I gave myself actually 5 weeks, so 25 trading days to complete this level. But I've only been trading this account now for about 7 days or so, or even less, maybe about 7 trading days, and I'm more than 70% through the level. So hopefully by the end of next week I'll wrap it up. So it is all these strategies, well, all these techniques and strategies put together is very powerful. So don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't make decent money scalping. As you can see, I am making decent consistent wins scalping, and if I could do it, you could do it. As you can see, there's no indicators here. There is no need for indicators. Just really learn how to trade supply and demand. And if you want to learn more, again, just hit me up with any questions in the comment section, and hit the subscribe button to stay tuned for these trade reviews so you can learn from my trades and my mistakes. And then hopefully you'll be able to benefit through my lessons or my losses, which I consider lessons. You'll be able to benefit from those as well. Yep. So this is the end of the video. I'm going to leave it as that. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you found benefit from it, hit the like button. If you want to stay tuned to see how I progress, and if you want to learn more about trading or my trading style and technique, hit the subscribe button. This is the end of the video. So until next time, this is your boy Patrick signing out. Peace.